Welcome to this edition of Board Report for the month of May. I'm Celia Longoria, and I'm joined by our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Antonio G. Limon. This month, the board meeting took place at San Benito High School's band hall, and audience members received a special treat, which included a performance of top band and choir students and ended with a reception for an outgoing longtime board member. We'll tell you which board member earned recognition and tell you about other important items included as part of this month's meeting. Welcome, Mr. Limon.
Thank you, Celia. Thank you. Yes, and if you have a chance, all our audience to tune in Saturday mornings, right, and Wednesday evenings to see the board meeting. We had probably over 200 students that were recognized, as you mentioned. We had the choir, we had the band with outstanding performances. Just a great meeting anytime that you can celebrate the success of students.
And we did call on two campuses that went before the board, Dr. C.M. Cash Elementary and Ed Downs Elementary. And Dr. Cash was there for recognition for two different items. I do want to acknowledge the principal, Lupita Moncevalles, and the principal from Ed Downs is Mr. Tim Moon.
Yes, Cash and Downs are two exemplary campuses. Receiving awards. I believe one of the awards was for the Title I Distinguished Schools, and the other award for Dr. Cash was for achievement, correct?
Yes, that is correct. The Dr. Cash campus received from the National Center for Educational Achievement, the higher performing school, and that's based on their TAG scores. And they have to have consistent improvement in their TAG scores, and Dr. C.M. Cash did just that.
That's correct. Not only are they an exemplary school, but their scores continue to improve. So congratulations to all the students, the parents, the teachers, and of course the two administrators that had those two campuses.
We also recognized one of the students from San Benito High School that competed in UIL, or University Interscholastic League Academics, and his name is Daniel Corona. And he was joined by his sponsors, Mr. Rolando Buitron and Mr. Rudy Ramirez. And he is going to be traveling to represent San Benito at UT Austin on May 21st.
And we wish him the very best. You know, he has accomplished a lot, and he'll continue to accomplish and be successful, and we just wish him the best as he continues forward.
And I know his sponsors stated that he's going to be competing against the best students from throughout the state of Texas in current events.
That's right.
So that'll be exciting. We also had some students that are participating in the career technical education programs. They are under the instruction of Mr. Hector Lumbrera, and we had 5 of those students as well that went before the board. We also had the golf team made up of mainly all male, but they do have one female on the team. And the coaches, Rene Montalvo and Olga Garza, they had a real good year this year with the golf.
That's true. You know, we look at the total picture. You know, we've always said that it's a total picture. It's academics as well as the extracurricular, as well as the different things that we do. We try and produce a well-rounded type of program for our students to be well-rounded when they leave us, and they'll be prepared whatever route they take, whether it's employment or whether it's continuing their education. We want to give them a good foundation when they leave San Benito High School.
And I was talking to Mr. Coach Montalvo, and I was mentioning to him that there's more interest being generated with the golf program. It's been growing every year. More students have enrolled in that particular program. And so he's excited about that, and he's excited about having students return to the golf team.
That's right. I remember hearing that he has a good core coming back for next year.
San Benito High School Bells, under the direction of Kimberly Banda, also went before the board for recognition. They went to compete in the Corpus area, and they came back with a lot of honors. So we honored that particular group as well.
As well, that's true.
Now we move on to band. We have students represented from San Benito High School, Veterans Memorial Academy, the 3 middle schools, including Berta Cavazza, Miller Jordan, and Riverside Middle School. We honored the All Valley and All Region members.
And the numbers continue to increase. I don't have the exact numbers, but Mr. Pettis was mentioning when we first started, you know, he, of course, gave a lot of credit to the board and to the community and to the parents for the big investment that was made, over $250,000 in buying new instruments. Also, in next year, they'll have new uniforms. And when he first came to the board some 3 years ago and asked for that, he said, you know, if you want us to be successful, you need to give us the tools to be successful. And the board went ahead and did that. And I think the number number of students increased drastically, while he mentioned that from any school south of Houston and San Antonio that we had the most number, I believe, in some of those categories of any of those high schools. So it's really a tribute to the students, the parents, the directors of the band, the hard work that they have done, and the tremendous success that they're experiencing.
And one of the things that he did mention for solo and ensemble, they had a total of 250 medals that were earned at that particular competition.
And I think he said that the closest one after that was like 90-something medals.
That is correct.
So that is great.
Now, we do want to mention for San Benito High School, he did state in his report they had 39 all-region and 2 all-staters. VMA had 13 that made all-region. So that's quite an accomplishment.
That's true.
Now, we did recognize a longtime board member, Mr. Oscar de la Fuente Jr., who's been serving on the board since 1997. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, Mr. de la Fuente, after 15 years of service, 15 years of excellent service, decided that he wanted to spend more time with his family now. That his daughter is graduating from high school. He wants to devote time, because believe it or not, being on the board does take up a lot of time, and it is something that's done for absolutely free. They get no compensation whatsoever. He served for those 15 years that we did, the station did. You and the station did a video tribute to him, and it shows him from the very early years until now. And it shows him with a lot of other different board members that have been here and have since decided not to run or have passed away, such as Mr. Montalvo. But he made a comment there that all board members have good intentions, when they run, that they're all in it for, for the benefit of the children. And he served 15 years, and I certainly would have to say that I had the privilege of working as superintendent with him for the last 8 years. And for a couple of those years, he was a board president. Excellent job as a board president. Excellent job as a board member. He is to be congratulated for everything he did and everything he did for the children. Always decisions that were made in the best interest of our students and the best interest of our children. So we congratulate Mr. De La Fuente, and we wish him the best in any of his future endeavors.
And I did mention to you that in doing our research and trying to track down the photos for the video tribute that we did of Mr. De La Fuente, it was at the time where we used to get our photos, the 1-hour processing at HEB, and how far we've come in those, 15 years, technology, and now we love it because now we can get photos in an instant. So, but it was pretty amazing to see the transformation of when he first took office, when he was being sworn in by his father, Mr. Oscar de la Fuente Sr.,
That's true.
To what he evolved into today. Then we move on to school construction. We have several pending projects, Landrum Elementary, Frank Roberts Elementary. There's also work being done for the heating, ventilation, air conditioning. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Right. Our 2 construction projects, which were Roberts and Landrum, as it was mentioned, we are quite behind schedule. I say we, I mean the builders that are building it are behind schedule. We're hoping that they'll be able to get it finished so we can use it for the start of next school year. They should have been finished, I think Mr. Ramon said, about 5 months ago. But it just has fallen behind. And since we had already made plans for this year about moving the students, it really didn't affect us this year because we weren't planning to move the students back. But we really need it for the start of the next school year. But I'm almost sure that it will be ready by then. I think Mr. Ramon mentioned that we're about 90% complete. Now, the other work that we're doing is air conditioning work that we're doing at those campuses with money that was left over from the bond. And when I say left over, I don't want to give the wrong impression. We had a $37 million bond. But due to the frugalness and I give Mr. Ramon a lot of credit for that. Going out to the street at the right time, getting the best bids on our projects and what have you, we were able to have enough money left that we could do other projects that we hadn't originally intended to do. One of them was the big retrofit of the air conditioning at the high school. We were able to do that. Another one is, of course, the cafeteria at Frank Roberts. We were able to do that. Now we have some money left over that we're going to upgrade the air conditioning on a couple of the different campuses that are mentioned there, and that should be done during the summer and ready for the next school year.
Okay, very good news. Now we're coming into the tail end of this particular school year, but we're also planning for some summer camps and summer school as well. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
We have the summer school that I believe is scheduled at Miller Jordan this year, and we have the summer camps that are going to be held as well through the after-school program. Those are opportunities for our students to continue to get enrichment during the summer, or an opportunity for our students to make up some work that they might have missed during the school year. So we're looking forward to that. We have those every year, and we'll continue to have those, and there'll be schedules out as to where the camps are going to be and the different requirements and what have you.
And we're getting ready to send out some information to the local media to get the word out to the families and to the folks in the community so that the students will know when the courses end and when they begin and hours and schedules and things like that. Also, I want to talk about a little bit about summer schedule for 12-month employees. That's coming up around the corner as well once school lets out.
At least for the last 10, maybe longer years during the summer, in an effort to save some energy and save money, we go to what we call our 4-day week, where our employees work 10 hours a day, put in their 40 hours Monday through Thursday, and they're off on Friday. It is a convenience for the district because of the fact that we can shut down our facilities on Friday and save there. And it is a convenience for the employee because they get a 3-day weekend. So we will continue that again this year. We will do that, 10-hour day. Also, there's a special schedule during the 4th of July, since we will be on a 10-hour day. The 4th of July falls on a Wednesday. That would mean that they would not work on a Wednesday, but they would have to come back on a Thursday. So what we have done is that we will ask them to work the 4th of July and then take off Thursday. And that way they'll be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we've switched the work week from Tuesday to Friday the following week so they can be off Monday as well. So that will give our employees a nice little 5-day vacation there in the middle of the summer in July that they'll be able to enjoy. So, but work week will be normally Monday through Thursday, 10 hours a day.
And it starts June 4th and it ends July 26th. Well, I believe those are all the topics we've covered. I don't know if there's anything else that you would want to address.
Well, just that this school year is quickly coming to an end. This is the May one, the May board report. That means that the next board report will be in June after school is over, after graduation. Graduation, by the way, is scheduled for June the 1st at 8 in the evening at Bobby Morrow Stadium. And the numbers are good. We expect to graduate a lot of students. There are very few students. Remember, some years back, there was always an issue with students not passing tax. I think this year the number is down to 0 or 1 or something like that. All our students are now being successful, thank God, and we expect a great graduation and a great end to this school year and look forward to planning a new school year.
And speaking of graduation, we want to be able to bring it to our viewing public, and so we're going to offer that opportunity for folks out in the community as well.
That's right. That's fantastic. Your department's been working on being able to live stream that, correct, on the web?
Yes, that is correct.
Fantastic, and I'm sure you'll advertise it. So,
yes, we will.
So if you have somebody that is out in Afghanistan or wherever, they'll be able to go online and view the graduation, correct?
Yes, so we're excited about that.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
All right, Mr. Limon, well, thank you for being here and for joining us today.
My pleasure.
We know you have a busy schedule here trying to wrap up the school year, so thank you for being here. That's going to do it for this edition of Board Report. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.